What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got a clip coming from The View, aka The Spew, where the host Whoopi Goldberg has some very questionable remarks on the topic of abortion. I usually don't get off into serious topics like this, but I hate how The View it's just so one-sided, and its perspectives coming from non-functioning brains. I feel like they need to just go ahead. The producer, I'm surprised, hasn't removed at least Whoopi Goldberg, and add someone on that set with a valuable perspective. I just don't feel like Whoopi Goldberg does it for me. She just can't see past herself and her own ego. In this clip, she tries to play God. I'm excited to show you guys what she had to say. So we're gonna jump straight into it, guys, and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so you guys can get my thoughts on this one on the back end. But let's get straight into it, guys. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button, guys. It does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Well, the ladies of The View weigh in on abortion and take a blind side at religion. Normally, I wouldn't weigh in on such a heavy topic. I try and keep it entertaining here. But these ladies, no one is advocating for the life of the unborn. So I have to weigh in. And that's the big question is, what is it? If it's human life, there's no excuse for taking it. If it's not human life, then there's no excuse needed to take it. It's a clump of cells. It's a chunk of rock. It's nothing. And that includes all of you when you were in the womb. You could be taken and it would not matter. But because it is human life, innocent human life from conception, no one has a right to take it. I'm just going to offer that argument. I'm a voice for the unborn. I only want to know, do any of these ladies in this segment offer any argument that counters that? Because they will not argue from that position. So here's all the ladies on The View. Many of them even claim to be pro-life, not offering one single pro-life argument I just gave you. I'm here to defend the unborn, and I'm here to defend every one of you who were once a fetus. That's all of us. A fertilized egg. We all came from it. So I'm advocating for all of you, regardless of your position on abortion. I'm here to fight for your life.
Last week, Katie Cox, a Dallas mother who was in a high risk for multiple pregnancy complications, was granted an abortion.
Just to articulate what was wrong with her baby, at 20 weeks pregnant, Cox learned her fetus had full trisomy 18, a chromosomal abnormality that is almost always fatal before birth or soon after. Only about 10% of the babies with this condition live to be even 1 year old. I want to give this baby every second of life. How terrible that you're only going to get 1 year on this earth and your parents are trying to take you out inside the womb. And some of you have gotten abortions. I'm not here to pile judgment or guilt on you. I will always say that you ought to go and repent to God and have Him take care of that problem.
But after the Texas Attorney General appealed, the state Supreme Court overruled the first judge. This latest decision came just hours after she left the state to terminate this pregnancy because it's a problematic pregnancy. This isn't somebody who's just said, oh, I'm going to have it.
Just to be clear on this issue, all of these ladies would be for her terminating this pregnancy, even if the baby wasn't special needs. Even if it was fully healthy, they all advocate for taking this baby. So it's a moot point.
I don't understand. I don't understand why people who don't know how my body functions and what it does and what it needs, I don't know why they're in charge when I'm paying taxes. Get out of my uterus. Get out of my...
I want you to get out of the baby's uterus. Let's pretend the baby is a female in that womb. What makes you think you can destroy this baby and get involved in her uterus? Whoopi is blind. They will not look. They will not consider it. I'm representing science. That baby has a uterus. It is scientific. If it doesn't yet, it will in a few weeks. I'm using her argument against her. What gives her the right to go and get into that baby's uterus and destroy it.
But when there are people at risk and there are a group of folks making decisions about my body, I don't get it. And this is not advocating or saying no to. I'm saying leave my body to me and my doctor.
Leave the baby's body to his doctor. That's how this is going to work for this entire show. What you say about the mother is there for the baby. It's what is it? It is human life, and you have no right to end it.
They say Cox's doctor did not establish or attest that Cox's symptoms were life-threatening, but noted it should be up to doctors, not judges, to decide whether to provide an abortion.
She's saying that a judge shouldn't have the right. I don't think doctors have the right to end life either. Neither do mothers. So the same argument that she uses against a judge, I will use against a doctor, and I would use against a mother.
You know, I think people hinge their they hinge their thoughts on religion.
Oh Lord, here it comes.
On this issue. We are not a theocracy.
That is the dumbest argument there is. We are not a theocracy. We're not an atheocracy either.
No. We are a democracy. And that is why
we're a democracy, and the democracy appointed that judge. So even if the judge decided to say it is my right, that would be put there by a democracy, and she would be overturning that democracy. I'm with her, actually. I don't care what a democracy says. I'm a moral human being. We're all moral human beings before we were ever born in this democracy, democratic republic.
Knows in the audience and at this table, I'm Catholic. So in my faith tells me I can't have an abortion. It's against God. It's a sin. It's all of these things. But I can't tell you what to do, or you what to do, or you what to do.
My faith tells me I can't eat human beings, but I can't tell you not to
do, because it's not a place for the government.
I'm a Christian, and there's something in the Bible that says deal with the plank in your eye before you fiddle with someone else's splinter. So it's already implied that you got a lot to work on. I got a lot to work on. You got a lot to work on. I don't have time to point fingers at other people. I got to get this together if I'm trying to go there. So it's healthcare.
And that just comes from nowhere. Don't judge others by different standards. You judge yourself. Oh, and it's healthcare.
Abortion is healthcare.
It is literally anti-healthcare. It is removing the health of the baby.
I don't rely on the dogma of being a Protestant or a Presbyterian, but same God you pray to, different answers in my prayer. So one thing that beyond the log in your eye, I was also taught that we had a judgment day, and it wasn't here.
Right.
We have judgment day, and it's not here, so don't judge that person over there who's a cannibal. It doesn't make any sense, you dummy.
That you may believe that people are murdering babies and all those things, and you'll answer for your decisions, and I'm going to go ahead and answer for mine. That's all I'm responsible for.
Not comforting.
The part that gets me here is the hypocrisy of this issue in general. We care about a life, but not when it's actually living and needs social services because someone...
Oh, clap everyone at the dumb. Clap at the dumb. My wife and I give more money, not only time and money and treasure and our lives to help women, including women who have had abortions, but women with tough pregnancies with their babies growing up. We help fund it. We help fund the poor. We help take care of families, all that we can. So I'll take that away from you. Not only that, but statistically, conservative evangelicals who are more pro-life give more charity across the board, including giving more time. We give more blood. It's people who believe like you who actually give less and help less women.
You talk about the privacy with guns. Like, I want my guns. I want to protect my guns, but you don't mind when you invade my body.
So dumb, I can't even follow.
Like the amount of times, death penalties, and we talk about it, death penalty is usually a belief on the right. Well, what about that life? So we get to judge sometimes, we get to choose some lives.
No one will say the unborn life is worthy of a death penalty, which all of you are promoting right now. The baby has done nothing. The people who get the death penalty, allegedly, are, regardless of what you think of the issue, you'll at least agree that if they're guilty of something. You may not agree with the punishment, but to say that the innocent human life is no different than a mass murderer, is weird. Again, these are morally retarded people.
We don't put enough into the mother's life. We're talking here, the reason it was always about viability is without that mother's life, this baby wouldn't exist.
Yeah, and if that mother's mother had an abortion, that mother wouldn't exist. At the very least, if your parents are pro-life enough to have you, you ought to be pro-life enough to have someone else. None of them, not one pro-lifer on The View, will represent half of America. I'm here to defend their sanctity. If their parents wanted to get rid of them, I would say you can't.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from Doug. Definitely going to be sure to leave the original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. And also for you guys to go over there and show Doug some love. But yo, there we have it, guys. I feel like this is a very good, conversation for us to bring up. I don't like the way The View handled it in their perspective. It definitely was kind of dumbed down. And I feel really, really bad for anybody who, views The View or watches The View, or is the audience of The View, because it is just, I feel like I lost a couple brain cells right there with the, the talking points that they were making. I can only speak on my beliefs really, but I just don't feel like this is right. From the moment the baby is conceived, I feel like that is a life, and you have no right to take it. And it sounds like these ladies on The View, they speak on Judgment Day, but it sounds like they want to play God in a sense. By the way, they feel like they should have a decision. A doctor should be able to play God, versus the judge be able to play God. And I'm like, the judge isn't really trying to act as God or act as the higher power. I feel like the judge is just stepping in and being the reasonable mind, a sound mind in the situation with this trisomy 18. There's a 10% chance of the baby surviving. They are completely eliminating that 10% chance of any baby surviving by just going ahead and terminating at the point where they find out they have this, this condition. And I just don't feel like that, that's their place to do. If that's the case, and if everyone thought, so pessimistically, like the ladies on The View, there wouldn't be a 10% statistic of babies that survived, because there wouldn't have been mothers that looked on, the brighter side, like there is a chance. Maybe I can pray to the Lord, and he will see us through this. The Lord doesn't give us challenges for no reason. He gives us these challenges to overcome them. And if you're going to just, cop out of all your challenges, you don't really give a chance to see the brighter side or to have a miracle happen to you, if you never give it a chance. I'm a very, optimistic guy, big glass half fuller. And I just feel like this is the wrong way to, to look at this situation or this circumstance. Definitely look at it as a blessing. All my troubles I always look at as a blessing. And this is the Lord trying to strengthen me or, teach me something in some sort of way. He isn't doing this as punishment. I know it's pretty hard for, everyone to look or view this way, but I have my big optimistic guy, and you have to give everything a shot. And I think that judge, ruling before she left state, I hope she didn't get that, that termination, because if the judge ruled that, I think it would have made it illegal for her, to terminate at that time. But it just seems like a miracle was gearing up to happen, and you have to let things play out in life. Whether that be good or bad, the doctor gives you 6 months, says you have 6 months to live. I've seen tons and tons of miracle stories where people have been living on years with months to live by a doctor. That's what I'm saying. The doctor is not the Lord. And you guys got to stop giving so much power to these doctors. At the end of the day, prayer goes a long way. And I'm a firm believer, and I'm going to stand behind, you should just pray on these types of situations. Definitely hop in the comment section, guys, and let me know your thoughts. I know this was definitely a heavier topic today. I had to get out here and give, a reasonable, functioning brain type perspective on this, because I just feel like The View is just so dead brain that it almost makes you lose brain cells to sit and watch that. I don't know how anyone could sit through one of those shows. Definitely hop in and let me know your thoughts, guys. And also make sure you guys smash that like button, guys. It does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth, guys. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.